the scheme of study for this class. What is induction? Charging by induction. Charging of two metal spheres with opposite charges. Charging a metal sphere positively without touching it. Basic properties of electric charges. Law of addition of charges. Law of conservation of charges, and quantization of charge. So yesterday we were discussing quantization of charge. And now today we will discuss few numericals and microscopic and macroscopic level of electric charges, mass versus charge, gold leaf electroscope, and some video section. I will show you some videos also. So yesterday we have discussed induction. This is the concept of induction. Without touching, how can we charge? So this is a insulating platform, and we place a conducting rod, and then we bring positively charged glass rod. What happens? Electrons from other end shift towards this end. They collect here. So therefore, at this end there is deficiency of electron, at this end excess of electron. So this excess of electron making this end negative, and deficiency of electron making this end positive in same magnitude but opposite polarity. So in induction, this is how the shifting of charge takes place. No charge is being transferred from rod to the conducting rod. Just by induction, without touching, there is gap. This was the concept. Then we discussed charging by induction, charging of two metal spheres with opposite charges. Then yesterday we discussed charging a metal sphere positively without touching it, and a basic property of electric charges, law of addition of charges, law of conservation of charges, and quantization of charge. This yesterday's lecture is available on YouTube. I have shared the link, and I have created a Google Classroom also, where I will share some notes or some written documents. So yesterday we discussed this quantization of charge. So what is quantization? Means minimum quantity which is transferred. Minimum quantity जो transfer होती है, and we have seen that in frictional electricity while rubbing, we have seen that electron transfer from one object to another object. So the minimum quantity of charge which is being transferred from one object to another object is the charge on the electron. So electron is the basic unit. It means what is quantization? Minimum quantum of charge which transfer from one object to another object is charge on electron or charge on proton, but proton does not transfer because it is tightly bound in the nucleus. So only outermost electron transfer, and one electron is having 1.6, approximately 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 coulomb of charge. So with every electron, this much amount of charge transfer. The body which receives the electron become negatively charged, and body which is losing the electron become positively charged in same amount. So suppose one electron transfer from body A to body B. So body B is receiving 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 coulomb charge. So body B will become negatively charged by this magnitude. At the same time, body A will be positively charged because there is no deficiency of electron, and number of proton is greater than number of electron in object A or body A, or no, and number of electrons in second object, that is B, is greater than number of protons. So this is how transfer is taking place, and amount of charge, minimum amount of charge which transfer is the charge on the electron. So one quantum of the electron, the charge, is the basic unit, that is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 15 coulomb. Only electron. Half electron cannot be transferred. One and half. 5.5. 5:3/4. Not possible. Fractional transfer is not possible. The minimum amount which is possible, which is being transferred or which transfer is the 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 coulomb. This is the quantization of charge. So suppose n number of electron transfer from one body to another body, from object A to object B, or body A to body B. So how much transfer body A charge is lost by body A, object A, that is n into E, because n number of electrons transfer. And how much charge electrons received by body B or object B is same, n number of electrons, and total charge on object B will be n into E, and same charge will be on object A, but polarity will be different. Losing body will be positively charged and gaining body will be negatively charged. This is what the idea of quantization of charge. It means charge is integral multiple of small e, that is charge on electron. This is quantization of charge. Integral multiple means 1, and where n is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. N cannot be fraction because we don't have charge equal to 1/2 of the electron, charge on the electron, 3/4 of charge on the electron. The minimum unit which transfer is the charge on the electron, because an electron transfer. So in charging process, electron transfer, not proton. Keep this in mind. And which electron? Electrons of outermost orbit. They are comparatively free from other electrons of inner orbit. So in transfer, electrons take part. So for example, if body acquire -1 coulomb charge in charging process of charging, so how much number transfer to that body? How much number of electron transfer to that body? We apply this formula. N is equal to Q by E. Number of electrons means charge over charge on one electron. So here 1 coulomb charge is acquired by a body B, negative charge, divided by charge on one electron, 1.6. When you divide, you will get this figure, 6 into 10 raised to power 18 electrons. What does it mean? If body acquire negative charge of 1 coulomb, it means how many electrons body has gained? 6 into 10 raised to power 18 electrons transfer. So this is what quantization of charge. The minimum quantity available is transfer. Less than that, transfer is not possible. In fraction of the charge on the electron, transfer is not possible. So in 1 coulomb, how many electrons transfer? 6 into 10 raised to power 18. If you calculate, if a body acquire 1 microcoulomb charge, how many electrons will be transferred? Again apply this. Microcoulomb is a smaller unit. 1 microcoulomb is equal to 10 raised to power -6 coulomb. 1 nanocoulomb is equal to 10 raised to power -9 coulomb. 1 picocoulomb is equal to 10 raised to power -12 coulomb. These are smaller units. Coulomb is very large unit. You see, 6 into 10 raised to power 18 electrons make 1 coulomb. Charge on the 6 into 10 raised to power 18 electrons make 1 coulomb. So how many electrons will make 1 microcoulomb? Again apply this formula. N is equal to Q by E. Q is 1 microcoulomb. Convert this into coulomb. That is 1 into 10 raised to power -6 coulomb divided by 1.6 into 10 raised to power -19 coulomb. Roughly you will get this 10 raised to power 30. So if body acquire -1 microcoulomb due to gain of 10 raised to power 13 electrons, and if body acquire +1 microcoulomb, it means body has lost 10 raised to power 13 electrons. So in electrostatic, 1 coulomb is very large unit. of the charge. So we have created smaller units, microcoulomb, picocoulomb, millicoulomb. 1 millicoulomb is 10 raised to power minus 3 coulomb. So this is the idea of quantization of charge, and some smaller units also we have discussed. And remember this formula. If you wish to calculate charge on any body due to transfer of electron, apply this formula. For that you need number of electron transferred and charge on one electron. If you wish to calculate how many number of electrons transferred, then total charge on the object or body divided by charge on one electron. This formula where my cursor is moving. So let us move to next. So macroscopic and microscopic level of electric charges. Limitations. You can say limitations of quantization of electric charge. What does it mean? I put a question here. Can we ignore the quantization of electric charge? Quantization means you are able to count the numbers of electron transferred. So this is possible only when 10 electrons transferred, 20 electrons transferred, in tens, thousands, lakhs. But if very large number, electron transfer of electron takes place in very large number, in big number, then that quantity of charge is not a microscopic. Magnitude has become macroscopic. बड़ा हो गया, क्वांटिटी बड़ी होगी, लार्ज हो गई. तो क्वांटाइजेशन कहाँ यूजफुल है? जहां काउंटिंग पॉसिबल है, स्मॉल चार्जेस में. अगर क्वांटिटी बहुत लार्ज है तो कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ क्वांटाइजेशन डज नॉट अप्लाई. रिमेंबर दिस. सो this concept of quantization of charge has some limitations, not applicable everywhere, applicable only for small charges, small magnitude, charges having small magnitude, objects having charge of small magnitude. Where charge is of very large magnitude, the concept of quantization has no meaning for that. So quantization of charge deals only with the small charges, small amount of charges, where you can count, or you can say at discrete level, counting is possible, small charges. So this is the difference between macroscopic and microscopic level of electric charge. Macro means very large, micro means small. Now I compare this concept with some example. For example, you have 1,000 drops of water in your container or glass. You can count it with dropper, 1, 2, 3,000. But now think about the ocean. How many drops are there? The concept of counting the drops fails in case of ocean, but counting of drops in case of glass water, glass of water or small container is possible, has some application. Similarly, you see, when you put 1, 2, 3, 5 dots on a copy, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. But if you put infinite number of dots on a page using pen or pencil, you will see that dots are not visible. It appears that you have drawn a line. So what is line? Line is macroscopic level of the charge. Wherever dots, which you can count, are microscopic level of dots. Same concept is with the charges also. If charges are in large quantity, large magnitude, quantization of charge does not apply. but in a small magnitude, it is useful. We can apply it. Those, so this slide is in front of you on the screen. This all I have discussed in this slide. This slide will work as the notes for you. So I think now all of you understand what is the difference between macroscopic and microscopic level of charge. Concept is very important. So if charges in see in last paragraph, the charges involved are of order of few tons or thousands. Suppose 1,000 electrons are there, 10,000 are there. A few tens, 10, 20, 30 electrons. This is microscopic level. But if counting is difficult, very large amount of charge is there, magnitude is very large, then this concept fails, does not apply there. So concept of quantization of charge is applicable at microscopic level, not at microscopic level. Applicable at discrete level, not at large level. Where you see continuity, continuity like in ocean, you see continuity. In case of line, you see continuity. But line is not a line. Line is a collection of the dots. But number of dots are very high. You can't see separately, distinguish one dot from another. It appears line. That this is microscopic level of the dots. If there are few dots, you can count. That this is microscopic level of dots. Same case is with the charge. If charge has very large magnitude, that is microscopic level, then quantization of charge has no importance for such magnitude. So this is what quantization of charge. And what is quantization of charge? Charges on any object or body, total charge on any object or body is integral multiple of charge present on one body or one object. Suppose there are n electrons on any object, it means total charge on object is n into E. See. So in case of deciding microscopic or macroscopic level, what is important? See this, read this red line. It is the scale involved that is very important in deciding whether level of charge is macroscopic or microscopic. So I think you have got this point. So now let us compare mass and charge. There is a table on your screen. See, mass of a body is always positive, but charge can be positive, negative. Quantization of mass is not yet established, but quantization of charge is established. That minimum quantity of charge which transfer is charge on the electron. But in case of mass, still we are exploring the minimum amount of mass, whether electron, proton or neutron, or there are other particles which are having lesser mass than electron, proton and neutron. So this is not yet established. So quantization, now I think you understand what is quantization. Minimum quantity which transfer. In case of mass, this is not known, but in case of charge, this is known. Mass of a body increases with speed. So you must have known the formula of mass at rest and mass of moving body. So if you increase the speed, mass also increases. But in case of charge, this is not true. Speed doesn't affect the amount of charge. Mass is not conserved. by itself, as some of the mass may get changed into energy or vice versa. In case of nuclear reaction, you see, yesterday we discussed when uranium is bombarded with neutrons, nuclear fission takes place, barium, krypton, and three electrons are produced, and total mass of the these three barium, krypton, and three neutrons is less than total mass of the neutron and uranium. So where does this loss of mass goes? So loss of mass converts into energy. So mass is not always concerned, but charge is concerned. We have seen yesterday. Law of conservation of charge. Gravitational force acts between two material bodies, two masses, which is always attractive. But in case of charges, repulsion and attraction both are possible. Gravitational forces between different bodies never cancel out, but forces between charges can be cancelled out. A body possessing mass may not have any net charge, but charged body always possesses some mass. So in case of atom is neutral. This falls in this category of mass. Atom does not have any charge, but ions are having charges. So ions are different than atom. And ions have mass also and charge also. But atom has only mass but no charge. So this is what this 7th point is telling us. So difference between mass and charge. Now numerical, let us discuss some numerical on quantization of electric charges. I think you are ready with numerical and ready with notebook, pen, pencil. Sit straight, keep your backbone straight, sit in proper posture and relax. So what is this question? I read it. If 10 raised to power 9 electrons move out of a body to another body every second, how much time is required to get a total charge of 1 coulomb on the other body? तो आपको ये पता करना है कि हर सेकंड में 10 raised to power 9 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ट्रांसफर हो रहे हैं. रेट ऑफ ट्रांसफर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन इज 10 raised to power 9 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स पर सेकंड. तो किसी ऑब्जेक्ट या बॉडी में 1 कूलम चार्ज आने के लिए कितना टाइम लगेगा? तो हम ये पता अगर करें कि 1 कूलम चार्ज कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन से बनता है तो आसान हो जाएगा. दिस विल बी वेरी इजियर. वी कैन अप्लाई यूनिटरी मेथड. This much electron take 1 second and this much electron will take time this much second. Very simple. So first let us find how many electrons are there in 1 coulomb. As I have already explained you, 6.25 into 10 raised to power 18 electrons make 1 coulomb. Let us apply formula. We already know this. This formula, law quantization of charge. Number of electrons, capital N means large, Q by E. Here Q is 1 coulomb. See my cursor, 1 coulomb charge. In first part we know 10 raised to power 9 electrons. So there is no need to use first part. This is already there. We have to convert 1 coulomb to number of electrons. So we put 1 coulomb divided by charge on 1 electron, 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19. Side by side you note on your notebook. So this will give a chance of practice. Then again, now solve it. You will get 6.25 into 10 raised to power 18. So now how much time these number of electrons will take? That will be our answer. And rate is 10 raised to power 9 electrons shift transfer in 1 second. So very easy now. Take this small ne, this is capital Ne. Total time required, capital Ne by small ne. Capital N is 6.25 into 10 raised to power 18, and small n is 10 raised to power 9. Divide it. You will get answer in second, then convert it into year. So divided by 365 days, then multiply it by 24 hours, then multiply by 60, then multiply 60, divided by this amount, you will get 200 years. So this process will take 200 years. If you wish to charge anybody by 1 coulomb and rate of transfer is 1 second, in 1 second 10 raised to power 9 electrons transfer, means 100 lakh. 1 lakh has 6 zeros, 1000 lakh. So see this is what. So 1 coulomb is simply, we see that this is 1 coulomb, but 1 coulomb is not very small amount. This is very big amount of the charge. Macroscopic level of the charge is 1 coulomb. So at this rate, if you start right now charging anybody with this rate of transfer of electron, this will take 200 years to charge another body by 1 coulomb negative charge. Now there can be alternative method of solving this question again. Here we have converted 1 coulomb into number of electrons. You can convert 10 raised to power 9 electrons to charge and divide charge by charge. This charge by charge on 10 raised to power 9 electrons, you will get answer again. So try alternate method. This is for your homework. Okay, I have given hint. So this is what quantization of charge is helping us to know the level of the magnitude of the charge as well as level as well as the process of charging, how it takes place. Always charging means exchange of the electrons. Only possible. There are two charged particles, proton and neutron electron. Protons can't be transferred. They are strongly bound in the nucleus. Not possible to remove a single proton from there. Only possibility to remove is the electron, and वो भी कौन सा outermost orbit का electron भी remove हो सकता है. जिसको हम free बोल रहे हैं, free नहीं, comparatively free from other electrons of inner orbit. So this is very important to know the whole idea of charging, that is transfer of electrons. Whether ionization, there also transfer of electrons. Suppose sodium chloride ionizes into sodium ion and chloride ion. What happens? One electron from outermost orbit of the sodium transferred to the outermost orbit of the chlorine. Octet is completed, but in the case balance of the neutron, proton and electron disturbed. So sodium becomes positively charged and chlorine becomes negatively charged. So there is force of electrostatic force of attraction between sodium ion and chloride ion. And this is